Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, welcome back, welcome back. We are back. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Fit Tea Factory, where we are here to spill the latest hot and piping tea in the streets, giving our thoughts and opinions. I am Prince Royaire, and this is Lady Diva, and welcome to the show. What's up, Auntie? How you doing?
What's up?
Honey, listen, it's been a
happy,
Sunday.
happy
It's it's
Sunday.
it's a Sunday what it is, okay? I know you said you had to take a little nap. I woke up super late today. I didn't even make it to church, but I caught the online service. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Well,
Amen.
listen, we want to welcome y'all into the building. We are back for episode 2 of The Tea Factory, and today's episode is entitled The Disrespect Has Gone Too Far. Today, we're going to be talking about Chris Brown and Quavo. Now, if you don't know, Chris Brown has put out a diss record on YouTube about Quavo. Apparently, him and Quavo has some behind the scenes beef that Chris Brown has now made public. We're going to be talking about Jay-Z. A couple of years back, Jay-Z had an alleged mistress that all of a sudden went missing, and then she came up to be no longer here on Earth. And so now there are people accusing him of being the individual who took her up out of here. I've been putting this story off long enough, and Auntie has found an article about it, so we got to deal with it. And then we're going to talk about Mr. DC Young Fly. He is opening up about the loss of Jacky O and how when he sees other women with BBLs, it makes him think about his former wife and mother of his children, Miss Jacky O. And then, of course, we're going to close out the show with a feel-good story because we got to get us feeling good to get us starting off to a good week. Auntie, we're going to get into this. Y'all make sure you hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. Thank y'all for joining us today. Hey, TT. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Raheem. Auntie, who you got over there streaming on your channel?
I see Wayne, I see Tay Tay. We got the people coming through.
We
We
got the
appreciate
people.
y'all. Hit the like button on both channels, and we appreciate y'all for coming through for the Tea Factory, honey, because we about to get into this tea. All right.
Let's get into it. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I'm ready right now. What story you want to start with?
I think we need to go on and just let's get Jay-Z and Beyonce out the way, honey, because you already know.
You know what? So let's little background with this story, right? There has been going around ever since Diddy's bubble burst, so to speak, and
Hmm.
all the salacious stories were coming out about Diddy. Many people were starting to say, "Well, when they going to knock on Jay-Z door?
Mm.
When they going to go over there and question Blue Ivy and them?"
Mm.
So you know how it is here in the YouTube streets when somebody have their favorites. It's like, oh my God, don't you dare! Somebody just sent me a message talking about, oh, don't bring Jay-Z into this. It's like a crabs in the barrel mentality. I wish people would look up the definition of the nonsense that they speak about. How is that crabs in the barrel mentality? Listen, we're not bringing them into it. If he's in it, he's in it. If he's not, he's not, and that's a point blank in a period.
Period.
So my thing is, so the story goes, and I'll go ahead and share the article, Royaire, which is horrific. But many, including who was it? Kanye West, pretty much was saying that y'all think Diddy bad. They said,
Mm.
we need to get into this Beyonce. I mean, well, Jay-Z really and Beyonce situation. Okay, so they saying that Jay-Z got a lot of M's under his belt too. All right. So this Liz, and actually, it ain't even us telling the story. So let me just tell you who's on the screen right now. Let's talk about who picture we see here. Of course, we
Mm-hmm.
recognize Beyonce and Jay-Z, but over there in the round circle, that's allegedly the young lady that is no longer here. Over here in the other circle, see, the thing is, somebody always going to know the story. So are you going to go start unaliving like 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 people? So this Liz right here, did some, you know what? In all of these stories that are being told about Diddy, about whomever else, it's always a female behind it. Shout out, ladies, because we ain't afraid to run our mouth. You got with the Diddy story, you got that Natanya Rubin who been shouting out for 25 plus years that Diddy pow her in between the eyes.
Yeah.
Well, now you got this Liz. She's a journalist. She said this young lady was going to tell her story. And then all of a sudden, when she started trying to reach out to her, she was no longer here. Where they do that at? What happened with that? So here it is. Let me X out all this stuff in my way. So this Jay-Z, the young lady name was Kathy White and Beyonce. Okay. And Liz Crokin. That's a journalist, okay? So journalist Liz Crokin has started another relentless crusade. So apparently she's been on the streets with this for a while. She started another relentless crusade to seek justice for Kathy White, Jay-Z's alleged mistress, who mysteriously died before she could tell her side of the story. According to Liz Crokin, and listen, shout out to Tasha K. She be in these streets working.
Yeah.
But she's doing an interview with this Liz. I think it's going to be on her paid subscription. But those who, if y'all paid over there, I ain't mad at y'all. Come back and tell us what Liz had to say, okay? So according to Liz Crokin, who used to work for Star Magazine, Kathy White agreed to end her secret affair with Jay-Z in August 2011. Apparently decided to come out of the shadows after some paparazzi caught her creeping with Jay-Z in 2010. Plus, she was also pregnant with the rap mogul's child. So you cheating, you ain't using no protection, allegedly. And then because you got a whole wife at home, you want to take me out of here so your wifey won't find out. But again, let me just say this to the mistress out there, the side chicks, y'all never win. Even when it look like y'all winning, you don't. But that's another story for another day. So Liz recounted that White initially told her that she didn't know Jay-Z. Still, after being confronted with a picture of them, White and Jay-Z together at a Takeoff nightclub in Las Vegas with Diddy. Is something sinister going on?
You better believe Diddy gonna be involved in it. His name gonna pop up somewhere.
Child, all the wrongdoing in Hollywood, they're gonna be like, "Where's Diddy?" Child, bye. So Kathy White changed her mind. Unfortunately, Kathy White died before she could go public. Liz said that when she tried to reach out to White, her colleagues informed her that White had died. But Liz believes that Kathy White was unalive and not what her autopsy said. So I don't know what an autopsy could say happened to a 28-year-old. She also added that sources came forward to tell her that Kathy had stated her plans to go public to Jay-Z about the alleged affair. According to her, she also found it highly suspicious that a healthy 28-year-old woman would just drop dead. Recently, Liz has revived her campaign to have the unaliver of Kathy White brought in for justice. It's only a matter of time before spirit cooking Jay-Z is exposed like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye said Jay's got murderers. I know, he said, I would know. He's evil to the core. I pray there would be justice for Kathy White one day. Fitness and beauty expert Kathy Cariana White was found unalive in her Manhattan apartment around on September the 2nd. Kathy White, a Harvard University graduate, contributed to various online publications. She was also the CEO of a public relations firm, White Label PR. Days after Kathy's death, Beyoncé announced her pregnancy with Blue Ivy at the 2011 VMA Awards. The Neighborhood Talk covered this. Okay. It's very sad. He also has a type, but we're not here to get into that today. And was this original Becky with the good hair?
Ooh.
Was Kathy one of the first ones? It would have been a PR nightmare for Beyonce and Jay-Z if Kathy had done a tell-all about the time they had crafted over her over-the-top pregnancy announcement. Liz added. Rumors that she was the mistress of Jay-Z sparked after she and model Claudia Jordan were allegedly spotted at Las Vegas Tao nightclub. sitting at a table with Jay-Z and Puffy.
Mm.
Now here come Claudia. You know what? And now Claudia Jordan name too.
She got some explaining to do.
Yeah, you hear some you hear a scandal and now Claudia name popping up everywhere.
Mm. Okay. The disrespect in all of this, first of all, I can never understand why men just feel the need to cheat, Diva. Like, I just don't get it. Like, and in my mind, I'm the type of person like, okay, if you're gonna cheat, break up with me. Like, call it off. Like, let me know, because it's no way that I should be out here claiming you in these streets. We doing our thing, and then all of a sudden, boom, you with another chick or you with another man. Like, I
Mhm.
don't understand. Secondly, it's one thing to be cheating, right? But then it's another to not wear a condom, not use any kind of protection, be getting other people pregnant, like in a marriage. Like, this is not a time. Let's clear this up now. Y'all know I love J and B, but we got to speak the facts. This is not during a time that Jay-Z and Beyonce are boyfriend and girlfriend. We are legally married at this point. We are together. We are a couple. We're working on trying to have a child. Beyonce opened up, at one point about miscarriages and, trying to have children and having problems. So this is like something that you guys are actively working on, and then you got a girl on the side that you then got pregnant, and then now you found out that she's gotten pregnant. So to protect your image, to protect your wife, to protect everything that's up and coming for Jay-Z and Beyonce, allegedly you decide to off this girl. And now my question is now, and B, I love you, girl. I love you, Beyonce. My question now is, does Beyonce know? Did she know about this? Were you aware of this young lady? Was she the Becky with the good hair? Because technically, I mean, you don't have to be white to be Becky with the good hair. She looked really, good hairish to me. I got good hair and I'm not white at all. So, I wonder if she was the original. What are your thoughts, Auntie? I mean,
When did that song come out? Do a little research for me as I talk.
that came out in 2015, I want to say.
Well, allegedly, he doesn't know how to keep his ping ping in his pants. And my thing is, I said it earlier in my video. I'm gonna say it here for a year. When you are going to cheat, why don't you try to at least cheat the right way and make sure that you are using some type of protection?
Look at me, 2016, baby.
so that none of this would happen. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this now. So allegedly, the cheating dates back to before Blue Ivy was even born.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So that's what I said. We were actively working on having a baby. Like, this was something that they were,
Yeah, this is deplorable. And so God bless this journalist Liz, because she's fighting a good fight. I wonder where's this young lady's family. Yeah. I wonder where this young lady family is, and if they were silenced too. Not silenced as in unalive, but silenced as in you better keep your mouth shut.
So if they were silenced and they were paid off, how do we feel about this? Because this is how I think. Like, for me, you can't pay me off. I want to see justice fulfilled for what was done to me, my family, or whatever it may have been. So, what part did y'all play in this as the family?
This is sad, Royaire. And I would say this is 2024 is definitely the year of exposure.
Cat Williams called it. He said it.
And so based on that, and I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are Jay-Z. I don't care if you about Beyonce. I don't care who you are. If you are into said things as such, then we gotta call you to the carpet.
That's
you
true.
know, and I don't want to just start randomly naming people's names, but there are a lot of people that are in this sick club, so to speak, with Diddy.
Yes.
that feel like they're untouchable and they want to act like, a rap gangster, so to speak. And when they have a problem, they want to take care of it a different type of way. Now, this young lady was only 28. And so what? It's a baby. And so what? Y'all wouldn't have been the first people that had a baby outside of the marriage. I'd rather have a baby outside the marriage than to have blood dripping off my hands. See, be impacted by this deceit and this dirt and this blood. Because unfortunately, the legacy that Diddy is leaving behind for these 7 kids, including baby Love, is sick. And now we're going to have to unfortunately see that maybe there's a blood trail with Jay-Z, Beyonce, and the 3 kids he has with her, but the other kids that are out on the street in the Brian McKnight bucket where the father is denying them and won't acknowledge them. Well, there's a kid out there, a boy, that claims that Jay-Z is the pappy. Can we get Maury Povich to come do just a few more tests?
We don't even need Maury. We can run down to the CVS to get a home test, okay?
but you know why we need Maury for here? Because Maury liked the show. He liked the show support when the test don't go whoever's way. He be like, "We're here for you."
He be like, running after him. He gonna running after him to comfort him.
Like, we're here for you. Now, I don't know. Here's the thing I don't know. I want to say this. I don't know if when this girl lost her life, or because we have everything's alleged right now. I don't know if she was with child at the time or whatever the case may be. So if she was with child, because they said she was allegedly, but we don't know if when she left this world was she with child or not. But I'll just say this: if she was with child and something was done for her to her, that person is a double
an accessory to the crime.
Yeah, but
number
double,
1,
because
and double evil.
Yeah, because you not only took a young lady's life, you took 2 lives. Yeah. May she rest in peace.
Yeah. Yes, this is truly sad. I would not be shocked if this story came true, or is true rather, excuse me. Because I know, the beginnings of Jay-Z's life. He started off, in that hardcore, lifestyle, if you may, the rap life, as they say. But it doesn't excuse. And you got to pay the cost to be the boss. And if you boss enough to off someone, you got to be boss enough to pay those fines, pay those life, decisions that you made. So I'm really curious to see where this story goes. This is really one of those stories that can ruin your entire life. This can really set Jay-Z and Beyonce back a whole nother level in their careers because of a decision that he possibly made. And she would unfortunately, be a part of it because you were the bystander that kind of knew about this and just let it slide. So, best of luck to that family and to this whole situation, and may justice prevail at the end of the day. No matter who you are or what level of life you're on, you got to serve your time just like everybody else. So, Auntie, let's get into Chris Brown. And
before we get into that, let me just say this: journalist, God bless her. God bless her, because she apparently, the way you read is she's relentless with this thing. She's another one. She's like that Natalia woman. She's been shouting from the rooftop that this girl did not just fall out and not be here anymore at 28.
Yeah.
So God bless her. Ladies, y'all be standing up. They talk about us for a year. They talk about us having a big mouth and we talk too much. But lately, we see
it's been useful.
Come on now. You better tell it to the people.
See something? You better say something.
Say something. Come on,
hello.
Boy.
I mean, and you have to, because at this point, Diva, we see that no one else is going to stand up for us. No one else is going to fend for us,
Right.
you know, and especially for women in general. You know, I love that we are embarking upon an era where women can speak up and speak out about the disadvantages that either has happened to them or are happening to them. So for that purpose, I love the time frame that we are in because it's a time to see justice be served for not just women but people in general who have had things done to them and their victims or excuse me their accusers have got away. They have gotten away. But you know, let's get into this Quavo and Chris Brown. Now, you know, Chris Brown, I have been I have had an issue with Chris Brown since the beginning with him and Rihanna. And then after him and Rihanna, it was him and Carucci. And then after him and Carucci, it was him and the baby mother that he has his daughter with. They were having issues. And it's just like Chris Brown kind of dipped off into the um, alleged drugs of it all, is what they say. You know, he has not been himself in a very long time. He is not the Chris Brown that we grew up knowing and loving. You know, for me and my generation, Chris Brown, we was sitting at school looking up on YouTube his hottest videos, you know, going to our proms or to our school dances. Yeah, yeah, you know, getting in our Chris Brown. But now he's gone too far, Auntie. He's dissed Quavo and said that people were wishing instead of uh Offset, it was Quavo. Now we all know Quavo was there, you know, that night that they were outside the bowling alley playing dice, you know, shooting dice, and all of this mess went down. You have the story, Auntie, or you need me to pull it up?
I got it. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Alrighty. I'm just like, you know, at what point do we leave drama just behind the scenes and not put it on the forefront of the world? Like, I really feel like some things need to just stay behind the scenes. We don't need to know about everything. Number one. And number two, how far is too far? Like certain things just should not be said. I don't care how you dissing them, how mad you are. There are just certain things that you cannot come back from. And this is one of them for me. You can go ahead.
Well, I want to say this about Chris Brown. This is why he can't get uncanceled.
Mm.
Because he just totally doesn't get it. He has no boundaries. He doesn't know when you have crossed way over the line. This is something that even if you felt this way, you don't say it. A man is no longer here, and you're going to say that you wish that man was still here, but I wish you was gone. Like, he's so immature. And I personally think that, you know, Chris Brown probably needs to enter some type of treatment center. I put it like that. Whether the treatment center is for substances, whether the treatment center is for emotional state of mind, he needs some deep therapy. And I think the therapy is only going to work if it is inpatient therapy because he needs help. Who would say this? Who? I don't care how bad I feel about this other man. Who would say this? So Chris Brown takes Quavo beat to a new level. He took it to the gutter. He took it to the gutter, right? He said, wish you died instead of Takeoff. Chris Brown's not fooling around in his beef with Quavo, dropping a new diss track and involving the name of Quavo's late nephew and Migos star Takeoff. The singer-songwriter whose well-documented beef with Quavo reunited in recent days put out his new track, Weakest Link, on YouTube and Instagram, and he's clearly going for Quavo's throat throughout the track. Of course, we can't play it here, y'all. And one of the biggest disses, RIP Takeoff, he's the only real one. I got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody wished it was you instead. So yeah, Brown's taking the kid gloves off. And it probably hits even closer to home for Quavo because he and Takeoff were together playing dice outside a Houston bowling alley when the man opened, you know, pow pow and unaliving Takeoff. Okay, we're not playing that graphic video.
Yeah.
Quavo publicly mourned his nephew in the years since, performing in multiple tributes with fellow Migos rapper Offset. So this blow feels particularly low from Chris Brown. No, it's gutter low.
Mm-hmm.
It's gutter low. Brown's got other bars too in the song. He claims he had relations with Quavo's past girlfriends while she and Quavo was still together, which, if true, explains a ton of animosity between the pair. Now, but let me just say this: that's a Hollywood thing for whatever reason, Royaire. It's a Hollywood thing that all of these individuals sleep with each other. Okay,
Mm.
they stay in a close knit circle. One night you in my bed, the next night you in this one's bed, and the next night you're in that one's bed. It is insanely ridiculous the way that these people sleep around together. And allegedly, in my opinion, they probably all are passing around all types of STDs and everything else. Is disgusting and nasty. So this part, I would not be shocked to find out and know that Chris Brown slept with one of the ex-girlfriends, because it seems like that's what they do in Hollywood. It's
Mm-hmm.
not clear Brown's talking about who's Brown's talking about in the song, but many fans and reports are pointing to Swati, is that her name? And
Sweetie.
Sweetie as the possible subject of the line. Okay. Look at these, and these are beautiful girls, absolutely beautiful girls. But I'm thinking to myself, like, what's up? And isn't that in the picture there? Isn't that Karuchi? Yeah,
That
Karuchi.
is Karuchi.
So seems like Quavo and Brown are pretty consistently competing for ladies. Remember, Chris Brown rapped on his song "Freak" about Quavo hooking up with his ex Karuchi Chan, and Quavo responded by bringing up Brown's violence against women. Bottom line, this beef is getting serious, and it's Quavo's move, meaning that Chris Brown dropped the last bomb. What are we gonna drop now? I will say this before you speak, Roy. You know what's also sad in this? It's like now is no longer about the music. These rap beefs have gone
Yes.
way, way, way
Too far.
far, right? Back in my day when I was growing up, there was a female rapper, Roxanne Shante, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, they will go back and forth, and it was like it was very low level stuff in
Mm-hmm.
comparison to what goes on now. Now
Mm-hmm.
this rap beef, it spills into the streets. People are unalive. Tupac, Biggie, and it's just gone too far. It's like, can anybody get back to? Let's just make this money.
Make this money.
Let's make this
Make this money and rap about some real like I
money.
just feel like if you have to go so low to talk about the dead, to me, I just feel like that's the line to draw. Like you don't talk about the kids and you don't talk about the dead. You just don't do that. And it kind of reminded me of when Nicki Minaj was going, at Megan Thee Stallion. She was talking about Megan Thee Stallion's mom passing and her lying on her dead mama and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, we have gone too far. What happened to the artistry of music? What happened to coming up with rhymes and with words, that can cut you but not stab you? Like at this point, we just stabbing people in the heart. Like it hasn't even been a year since Quavo has been, since Takeoff has been gone, or I think it'll be 2 years in June, excuse me. And it's just like, what are we doing? Like, why are we still having these same conversations, having these same beefs over people that we've already slept with, we already have been with? Like, I don't understand what Chris Brown was so frustrated for about Karuchi. You had Karuchi not once, not twice, but 3 times, and you disrespected her every time. You disrespected her so bad that she had to go over and get on Iyanla's couch and get in Iyanla's mama titties, and she had to rock her back to good health because you disrespected this woman. You disrespected Rihanna. He had a beef with Drake at one point in time because, allegedly Drake and Rihanna were kind of having a little something, something going on. Chris Brown was in his feelings about that. What is this issue with Chris Brown being in his feelings about these women that he's allegedly been with, and you got to have an issue with these men? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just out of touch with the generation. I don't know. I don't know.
No, it's extremely sad, Roy. It just really, really is so sad. And like I said, what can we get back to the music? Can we get back to let's all make this money? Can we get back to what is real and what is not real, so to speak? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
But again, I go back to Chris Brown, you're going to stay canceled because of these stupid shenanigans right here. And, you know, he cries about being canceled, but yet he doesn't realize his responsibility in said situations. You know, they say too much is given, much is required. And
Mm-hmm.
go back to that old saying that, you know, how our mother said, our parents said, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. That's what he needs to practice, because this was a
Like low,
all
gutter
time
low.
gutter low, gutter low. Listen, guys, don't forget to hit that like button while y'all are in the building and listening to us. You know, this is the Tea Factory collaboration between Royaire's World and Diva, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. So hit the like button on both our channels, and much appreciated. So I would say this about Chris Brown. I think that he has a lot of anger in him, a lot of big bitterness, because, you know, Rihanna was that girl, and you never know. You know, the odd thing is no rhyme or reason as to who the world is going to care about at any given time. You know, so he just happened to hit, you know, put his hands on America's sweetheart at the time, Rihanna, because there was a lot of other ladies who got their hands put on, and those those males are not canceled like
Nope.
Chris Brown is. So for whatever reason, he put his hands on Rihanna, and that just was the downfall of him and everything he did afterwards. Because it's a shame. He has a lot of talent. This man could
dance, sing, and act.
He's a triple threat.
Triple threat.
But he has this dark side to him, and he can't seem to release his anger. And that's why I'm going to order for him intense therapy. Intense therapy. No, even if I would have thought that even if the streets was saying that about Quavo, I wouldn't be the one to repeat it. Do you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put it in a song. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't chronicleize it like that. At some point, I need these people to wake up and realize that having this beef towards each other is going to get us nowhere. And it's, you know, it's similar to Royaire, like, you know, with YouTube. Us fighting against each other is not going to get us anywhere. Us banding together can help all of us rise to the top and achieve more. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Ching, ching is what I hear. Okay.
You know, achieve more. But when you tug and war at each other, we can't get anywhere, and we can't do anything. And it saddens me that rap is a very important part of musical history. But you see why a lot of the award shows don't even want to deal with it on the primetime TV. So I was reading an article the other day with the Grammys. They have a rap category, but they give out that award when
off camera.
off camera, right? So, and you know why they can't put it on camera? Because you act a monkey nut fool when they do try to put it on camera. You remember when Suge Knight, what was that, the Source Awards?
Yes.
And I got up there and acted a straight fool.
That one, and was it? Oh, I can't remember which one, but with Kanye West when Taylor Swift won Album of the Year.
That's why we can't invite you.
That's exactly why we cannot come. Exactly why.
Because you stupid.
When Little Mama ran up on the stage with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, was like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
No order, no structure. You just think that everything you doing on the street, you can do in an organized situation. You stop.
You've gone too far.
You're going too far. Come on now, you better bring that thing back home here. The disrespect has gone too far.
The disrespect has gone too far. Too far. But you know what? And I'm glad that you said that. You know, therapy, anger management, and they say that Chris is in love with the cocoa. So I'm prescribing therapy, anger management, and a drug rehab facilitation center ASAP. Because it's no way that we should still be seeing the same behavior from 15 years ago.
No, you are correct. You better tell the truth. No, listen. I didn't want to deal with this, but see, you listen. But I heard yes, he liked the cocoa. Listen, apparently that cocoa had people losing their natural mind.
Yo,
No, I'm good.
I watch some of these reality shows. I don't know if you know about the Zeus Network and Now That's TV. People, if y'all know about Now That's TV and Zeus Network, let me know in the chat. I have seen some of these people on the Coco Diva and some of the stuff that they will do on these TV screens. They have no idea. None.
You know what? I got a lot of addictions, Royaire. Shopping is one of them. But I thank God every day that at the very least that I don't have like a substance abuse addiction.
Yes.
Because it's nasty. The people, and when people try to come off, they struggle. It's a daily struggle saying no to whatever given substance that they have been addicted to. So allegedly, ironically, they said Diddy has been to rehab several times. But the amount of alleged substances that Diddy, they say, is on a daily basis, I think that really he would probably have to live in a facility, leave, go to work, and then come back home and sleep at the facility, and maybe he could stay clean.
He would have to do a Wendy Williams. See, you'd have to do that. You'd have to make that face.
Now I'm living in a sober house.
Sober house living. I think with Diddy and with Chris Brown, I think that their habits are so bad, that it operates. It's operating them. That's what's keeping them going. It's controlling them. And I think that they would, in my opinion, have to be in full-time rehab. I don't think they could leave the facility because it is operating them so bad. I don't think that they would have any control. I mean, it would be like, and not even trying to be funny, how Wendy was in the car when she wanted her e-cigarette. They going round and round in circles trying to find their spot, It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. But in hopes, this is my actual hope for this situation. I hope that Quavo does not respond.
Yeah,
Let it go.
Yes.
Move on.
Yes.
And show how Chris Brown is the real butthole in this situation. Move on.
I like that advice for you. I do. I love it, actually. You are correct. Just don't respond. Leave it on the floor.
Yeah.
Leave it on the floor. Yeah, don't come back, because that was beyond low. That was, you know what? There's an old saying too, and sometimes me, the words don't pull together right while we're talking, but it's a saying about like you don't speak bad upon the dead. You don't speak of the dead.
You don't.
You let them rest. You don't speak of
the dead. Peace. Yeah, they're not here to defend themselves.
Right.
They can't respond.
Right.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. You want to roll into this next story?
We can roll into this next story. I'm ready.
This next story is loaded. It's loaded because I think at the end of the day, if you don't feel that you are enough, it doesn't matter what anyone else is telling you. You're gonna not feel like you're enough. So if I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I can't take looking at this stomach anymore, and I feel like I want to get liposuction, I can have a husband, a boyfriend, a father, a mother, 22 girlfriends tell me like, girl, you're fine, you look good. In my mind, I want the liposuction, and by any means necessary, I'm going to find a way to get the liposuction. So what we're talking about is DC Young Fly, and I get it, right? He is still kind of in shock, probably, and hurt that, Jacky O, the mother of his 3 children, went to get plastic surgery, and now she's no longer here. And he's wondering, he's questioning, like, probably the higher beings or whatever. His thought process is like, how come all of these girls are on the Instagram, in the streets? They got their BBL, they're still here. They got their breast augmentation, they're still here. Why is it that my lady went to get this procedure and she's no longer here? Well, on the same note, DC Young Fly, but there are many tragic stories of a whole lot of young ladies and individuals that are no longer here as a result of plastic surgeries. And my thing is, the best thing I could say about plastic surgery before I share the screen with this story Royaire is that, if you are going to do it, go to a board certified surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you look at their reviews. Make sure you check to see that they don't have any sanctions on their license. See if you can get to speak to, but of course, the doctor's not going to give you the number to an unsatisfied patient, but maybe hopefully speak to some friends and family and that might have went for a procedure and say, did you like your doctor? Did you like the facility? So forth and so on. And let me give you another next best advice. If this plastic surgery is going to be done in a surgery center, research how close a hospital is. What is the nearest hospital from said surgery center? And you'd be like, well, Diva, why? Because if something goes wrong in that surgery center, you want to make sure, and when they dial 911, that you're not 30 to 40 to 15 minutes away from the nearest facility. Is everybody understanding me here? Because this is a lot that goes into these procedures. And I would say also, think about 30 times over before you go under the knife to remove some fat maybe from your belly, to add implants to your boobs, to add, they and let me tell you this, what they said. They said that BBL is one of the most dangerous, it's at the top of the list of a dangerous plastic surgery, even when a board certified surgeon does it. So you have got to be careful. But come on, Savannah, do your research is the point I'm trying to make. I love y'all because y'all help me pull my words together. So let me show you first what DC Young Fly said himself out of his own mouth. Let's listen to DC Young Fly.
The women today, it's a lot of women who have BBLs. So I'm constantly reminded, like, they made it. They go another big booty. She made it. See what I'm saying? I get why women wants to enhance themselves. I get it. But fellas, we have to do more on just continuously telling our women that they're beautiful.
You're enough.
You have to continuously tell them that they're gorgeous. Don't make your woman feel like she has to go do something, even if you fucking with another chick. Like, no. You just love a woman. That's it. And women, listen to your man. Just listen. I'm not gonna sit here and tell somebody don't do what they want to do, don't do. No. People make decisions. You have to live with that as a unit. So I can't even sit here and say, oh, I'm against nothing. Oh, I'm with it. As a unit, I took a loss. If you look at the women today,
he said, as a unit, I took a loss. But I get what he's saying. But at the end of the day, it's about self-love, everybody.
Yeah.
You have to love yourself. It doesn't matter what anybody. I'm never going to talk somebody out of doing a procedure they want. You want to know why? With every scenario, people come to you with a story about what they're about to do, but really they're looking more for you to agree with them than to not, right? They're looking for people that's going to say, yeah, go ahead, do your thing, girlfriend. It ain't nothing wrong. Everybody's doing it. They're not really coming for the naysayers. They're coming so that they could get confirmation from those they love. Like, yes, I am doing the right thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me just get into this story. I hate when these ads pop up. So sorry about that. So DC Young Fly says he's reminded of Jacky O's death whenever he sees a BBL. As a unit, I took a loss. The actor comedian spoke to Cam Newton about the untimely passing of his late girlfriend Jacky O on the podcast Funky Friday. I like the name of that podcast.
Right, yes.
DC Young Fly still faces the unfortunate circumstances surrounding the death of his late girlfriend Jackie O. Whenever he sees women with butt enhancements, the actor comedian was recent guest on a podcast Funky Friday with Cam Newton, where he discussed Jackie's tragic death, which occurred shortly after the model and influencer had a mommy makeover procedure last June. The cosmetic surgery, which consisted of Jackie getting a BBL, resulted in the 32-year-old having brain swelling and bleeding around her torso. Her death was ruled accidental. DC continues to be reminded of the procedure that Jackie underwent, especially when seeing other women who have had a BBL. I get why women want to enhance themselves, but fellas, we have to do more than just continuously telling our women that they are beautiful. He said around the, whatever mark on the video. We have to continuously tell them that they're gorgeous. Don't make your woman feel like she has to do something, even if you're effing around with another chick. You just love a woman. That's it. Well, see, this is loaded what he added in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because automatically, if you are dating someone or you are with someone and they're messing around with someone else, you are going to feel some type of way. So
Yes.
you could be sitting there telling your main girl, I love you, I love you, I love you. But if she sees you messing with a big butt and a smile, she's going to think, I need a big butt too, in order for him to stop messing around with somebody else. He could have left that piece of it out, but he was doing natural talking. When they say give the people long enough, let them talk, and they're going to tell on themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to continuously tell them that they're gorgeous. Don't make your woman feel like she has to do something. Well, I said that. Okay. And women, listen to your man, he continued. Even with that going on, right? This is what I'm reminded of every day. If you look at it, bro, the rate of the BBLs, if you look at the women today, it's a lot of women who have BBLs when you go outside. So I'm constantly reminded, like, they made it. There goes another big booty. She made it. Go to the club. Oh, these MFers in here made it. So it seems like DC Young Fly needs some therapy too.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to continue to go through the stages and understand that this is just how it is. You got the rest of your life. What are you going to do from this situation? He added, I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody don't do what they want to do. But if you got a woman, just continuously tell her that she's gorgeous, continuously tell her that she's beautiful, and whatever happens after that, it happens. People make decisions as a unit. You have to live with that as a unit. I can't sit here and say I'm against nothing. I'm with it. As a unit, I took a law. DC has publicly expressed his emotions about losing Jackie, who he shared 3 children with, last asking for the return of the stolen bag that contained her death certificate in it. So he had a bag, it was stolen a while back, and it had her death certificate in it. But he's saying a lot there. I think he is dealing with a lot of grief. He's dealing with a lot of guilt. And he's probably wishing that he handled things differently. But at the end of the day, he needs therapy, because I think no matter what he said, didn't say, or what he was going to do or not do, she would have went and did what she wanted to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate that she's no longer here. And before you speak, let me just say this, Ray. Let me give the people some advice out there. And this is coming from Diva, who's been around the block for a minute. If your man is for the streets, the best thing you can ever do is release him back to the streets. You will never win a war against the streets. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. I promise you that, Royaire. You will lose every single time. Get with the streets. Let them have it. You know what I'm saying, Royaire?
Yes.
You won't beat the streets. You won't.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Even if you have a child, Royaire, that's out there and they're fighting with maybe being a part of a gang, or they're fighting with the drugs and alcohol, you got to stay in your unit, in your house, and pray. Because the minute you try to get out there and you try to pull them back in, you try to this. No, you got to pray, be a prayer warrior. But you beat the streets. Until they ready to come out from the streets, you ain't going. I'm not fighting with the streets. If the streets is where you want to be, then I'm gonna release you to the streets, and I will be in my house. I'm gonna cry because you love me. I love
Catch me inside.
yeah. But you go ahead on. Let the streets want you, and you want the streets. I wish you well. Go ahead.
Woo-wee. You can't beat the streets, people. Okay, you cannot beat the streets.
Hashtag you can. The street. Oh, come on, Q. The streets is undefeated. She better tell the truth. The streets is undefeated.
The Mama Joyce streets. This is this the streets Mama Joyce be talking about?
That part right there. That part right there. The streets is undefeated. I ain't fighting with the streets. Promo law said you can't beat the streets. That's a word right there.
Oh my God. That is our word for the Sunday. You cannot beat the streets. Period. Hashtagging people. You can't beat the streets.
Can't beat the streets.
You know, as you said, Diva, this story was truly loaded. When I read this article, I first started reading and I was like, okay. And then I read on and I was like, okay. And it was just like, I can tell that he is still in a grieving process. And so that is why I am having so much grace for DC Young Fly. And I can kind of understand what he's saying. Every time he sees someone, you know, not even just with the BBL, but someone that has had surgery or had some kind of under the going of the knife, it is like a slap in the face. It's like, you won and I lost. My family lost, you know, my children lost, you know. This was their mother. This was his partner. This was, you know, his wife soon to be. And to lose it in such a tragic way, I think, number one, in such a tragic way, but then the individual who did the surgery took no kind of responsibility for what happened. I think that made it even worse for me personally. So I can only imagine what it did for him and his family. Outside of showing your spouse or your significant other love and appreciation, don't just say it, but actually show it and be about it. And showing it and being about it is not involving other people. You know, one thing that I've learned, you know, just watching my parents' marriage, like, they never put anyone above one another. No one else outside of their marriage is above them. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And that's where we have to get, especially in this younger generation, we have to get to a place where if we are going to be committed to this individual and really love and cherish them and say these things, we have to show these things and actually be these things, not just talk these things. You know, what they used to say, walk it like you talk it. Okay. If you go talk it, make sure you walk in that same talk.
Right.
And I see now, you know, they always say hindsight is 2020. You know, I think he sees now the mistakes that he made, which is why he made the comment, even if you are messing with somebody else, still, you know, but I think he sees now, you know, that was a mess up, even though you know, possibly I was messing with someone else. I was not showing her the love and attention and affection that she truly needed. So she possibly didn't have to make this decision. So I think this was very much a hindsight 2020. And, you know, speaking positivity, if you may, over our ladies, you know, because unfortunately, our ladies are so overlooked. They're so mistreated. They're so disrespected. And so we have to get to a place where the very people who are overlooking them and disrespecting them, you have to do something about it, because it's not until then, as a society, you know, we have to help grow each other up. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Mothers and women, they take so much of their time raising these men and these boys, and then they turn out to be trash. When are we going to turn around as men and boys and help raise and comfort our women? That's just where I want to see us.
You know, it goes back. You know, Beyonce made a lot of songs that talked about the pain of this. You know, when someone allegedly steps out on you, steps out on a marriage, the relationship, or whatever. Because, you know, she said, "You won't break my soul." Because I think allegedly her and Jay-Z has been through so much, and she's a survivor.
She's a survivor. She ain't gonna give up. She ain't gonna stop her. That's her song.
That's her song. But if you go through her catalog of songs, it's all about, you know, these innuendos about pretty much surviving, you know, being in a relationship with a man or some sort that are doing some things to you. So, unfortunately, maybe Jacky, her soul was broken. It's like you done had these three men, these three babies for this man. You love him. It's like, well, Dad, what else do you want from me, sir? I done gave birth to your seed 3 times, and you still are allegedly out in the streets. These other girls are catching your attention. What do you want? What do you want? Years ago, a man I was dating cheated on me with a light-skinned woman with 2B hair. I know I couldn't compete with that, but it did make me question my own looks. Didn't turn to bleaching though. I'm just saying. I hear you. See, this is telling the truth, right?
Yep.
And this happens. You do question yourself when your man steps out on you. You see the other person. You're like, okay, well, what do they have that I don't have? What's going on here? You understand what I'm saying? And then you may try to start changing yourself. That's why I'm telling you, the streets are undefeated. Send him on his way. Send him on his way, and then something that you deserve and that wants to be with just you, you open the door to have the opportunity to get that good energy coming into you versus trying to hold on to somebody that no matter what you do, you can bleach the skin, the hair, get a tummy tuck, extra booze or whatever, and he's still going to be in those streets. He's still going to be in those streets. So it's very sad. He's doing reflection now, and maybe, hopefully, Royaire, if he gets into another relationship, he has learned not to perhaps do those particular things. That's why you could give it to Neil. Neil said, I'm not getting married anymore. I like to be with 55 women, and that's what I'm going to do.
You know what? And I started to put him on the topics today, but you know what? I had to respect his honesty and his truth. You walk in your honesty and truth. And that's one thing I will say. At least he stated he is single because of this reason. He likes to be with the women. That's what he likes to do. And I can't judge you for that. At least you're walking in your truth and you're doing it honestly and respectfully versus the people who just doing what they want to do at the cost of anybody.
But you're breaking your soul.
Breaking your soul, messing with your mind.
Yeah, you got a chick, and and these side chicks, they messy now. They will DM the main girl. They will try to call you on the phone. They disrespectful. And the minute you got some chick calling my phone, I'm really done with you. Yeah. I'm done.
The disrespect.
This whole calling my phone. That's a whole nother level of disrespect, Royaire. Because listen, long time ago, they will let the side chick know your role. This is the blueprint. You are to be not seen, not heard.
Today they call it respectful cheating.
Listen, Nene is on some BS with that one. Nene is
him and Carlos King. They started that, Nene and Carlos King. So I wonder if Carlos be respectfully cheating with people's husbands. But
listen. There's some BS with that one.
I'm
not, and you know what? Let me say this to you, Royaire. When Nene is in her 50s too. At 50 something, I'll be darned if I'm gonna deal with some respectful cheating. If after 50 years on this earth, you can't get your life together and figure out your life, and you still want to be out here with 2, 3, 4 different people, I'm really good. Vivica Fox good.
Not Vivica Fox good.
I'm good.
I can't.
Yes.
Woo! Child. Well, DC Young Fly, we are definitely praying your strength for your family, for the children. I hope that you are in some kind of therapy, definitely grief therapy, if anything.
Yes.
I pray that you are in grief therapy. And if not, I pray that you are finding a way to get towards that direction so that you can heal for yourself and then for your children as well, because they are watching. The children are watching, and we want to make sure that they are grieving in the appropriate ways as well so that they can, be proud of, what their mother accomplished in the years that she was here, and that they can go forward and make her proud, as she is watching down from heaven. So thank you, DC Young Fly, for that information today. We appreciate it. And we're going to make sure that we're going to love one another and care for one another and not disrespect them. Auntie, I know you got a feel-good story to close us out, but before you do that, remember to hit that like button on both of our channels. If you're not a subscriber to Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, go ahead and hit that subscribe button over there. And if you're not a subscriber to Royaire's World, hit the subscribe button on here. I know the people be saying, Diva, they don't be getting our notifications. So turn the notification bell off and then turn it back on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind.
So Raheem, he said, Wendy kind of accepted respectful cheat into the house and the baby. Raheem, don't you be starting on no Sunday now.
And we see what happened to Wendy. Your soul
was broken.
A broken heart, a broken soul, and a broken bank account.
Let me, you know what? I'm about to show this feel-good story right here, but let me tell you something. I promise you on this, okay? You could do a lot of things, and and I'll probably just calmly tell you, go ahead, go back where you came, whatever. When you touch my money,
I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail.
Listen. I had to work like a whole runaway slave for my money. I promise you this. You touch my money, then I will be on the news. It's going to be a whole lot of problems. Don't touch my money. I'm not paying nobody no servants package. I'm not paying no alimony. Listen, the Diva, soon, I don't know when yet, but soon I may have to start a channel, Dating Diva.
Oh, hey.
David Diva. But can I tell you this, Royaire? I promise you, if the Diva ever get married, the what do you call it? The prenup, it's going
to be on the dotted line. You hear me?
It's going to be.
You're going to be like Candy the day before the wedding. Pressure.
Okay. I'm going to have 7 cameras on you. I'm going to have 7 cameras on you. You ain't leaving with my money. No, imagine. You know what, Roy? I promise you that. I promise you. Don't get me started. Let me tell you something. Imagine they leave you, and then they got some new chick, and your money is supporting them and the new chick. I'm telling you, cars, houses, everything would be burnt down to the ground. I promise you that. No, not my money. I'm putting. You're gonna sign this prenup and whatever. And when I leave, I'm leaving with my 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath townhouse. You ain't taking my townhouse.
You're gonna be like Beyoncé from the Lemonade album, walking down the street, swinging your bat in the air, blowing up his house and his car.
No, you will not. No, you will not. Come on right here and dancing on the ashes.
Y'all better come through with the comments tonight, okay? Dancing on the ashes.
No, there's no way.
As we rolling on the river to the bank, okay?
Roy, I ain't come this far. I'm up in Shady Ponds and I ain't got a dime to my name. The devil is a liar. Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Woo, child. I'm telling you right now. I promise you that. Not on my watch. Yeah. No,
come on with the Angela Bassett waiting to exhale. Okay.
Child, you will not. No.
Oh my goodness.
How I worked my whole life, and then at the end, some man come over here and take every dime I got.
Take it all.
No, we will not be doing that.
Not on this. Not at this address.
Not at this address. That's right.
y'all make sure you hit that like
You
button.
my home with no parking space.
Oh
listen,
my God.
listen. We can't be fooling with y'all. We can't be fooling with y'all today. Okay, we're gonna roll into this feel good story.
Yes.
But you know what, Royaire, before I go into this feel good story, you know, the people, this, you know, to connect back to this plastic surgeon, the people with this cosmetic stuff, they're losing their mind, because there was this young lady, and you know, maybe we'll address it next week, where her lash tech couldn't fit her in. She set the lash tech car on fire. She did. I probably, you can't make this stuff up. Yeah, she was like, "Oh, you can't put my lashes on," but boom, she put the car on fire.
Said, "If I'm gonna be bald in the eyes, you will not have a car." Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all. No,
right.
she was not gonna be bald in her eyes. Okay, she said she needed her lashes done. Period.
Child, I mean, come on, girl, go get some mascara. I mean, calm down. Yeah, come on, first you can't fix it. Jesus, I mean, what in the world?
Fix it today.
Yeah, I like that idea though of Royaire dating Diva, but we'll talk about that.
Yes, I like that too. Okay, come
All
on,
right, let's roll into this feel good story. Let's roll into this feel good.
Yes, y'all. Well, we are gonna end this off with a feel good story. We got to get ready for this week. It is another beginning of a week, brand new mercies, brand new blessings, another chance to get it right. So, Auntie Diva, who we talking about today in this feel good story moment?
Honey, lemonade. Shout out Beyonce.
Period.
Lemonade. It's a lemonade stand. All right. Let me see. Yeah, let's hear.
The love between mother and child knows no bounds. And if you need proof, here's our Steve Hartman.
That is so adorable. Wow.
Wasn't it?
So beautiful. Look at your phone for me. That is just, listen, people, spreading the love. Just look how little stuff, just like little stuff like this. Lemonade, serving lemonade to help this young girl give a headstone for her mom. The community came out, friends and family came out. It can't get no better than this. It can't get no better than this. I could not imagine, and I don't ever want to imagine, losing a parent at such a young age like that. And to have the gumption to even think about putting a headstone on your mom's plot. I mean, wow, Diva. Wow. Where do you be finding these good stories at?
Yeah, and listen, and I'll be boo-hooing as I'm looking through it. We are going to drop the link for a short time period. If anybody wants to come up, so Ray's going to drop the link. If anybody wants to come up for a little bit and chat with us,
Yes.
I'll drop the link on my channel too.
Beautiful. Auntie, that is so cute. This young girl, wow. And for her to even have the thought to do something like, because I know, Lord, from a long time from now, when something happens to my parents, I ain't even gonna be sane enough to have a thought in my mind. But for her to have a thought, you know, that I want to have my mom to have a headstone so that she can rest, you know, and I can have a headstone to come to. That's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and for the community to really step in and embrace her and just was giving extra money for the lemonade, I thought it was great. And then for the for at the end of the day for the
cemetery,
it's for them to just go ahead and donate it, so now all of that money can be put away for her for school. Perhaps it's just a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing. We dropped the link. I pinned it to the top of my channel for anybody who wants to come through and just say anything about any one of the stories that we talked about before we totally close out. Hey Tay, you in the building? Anything you want to say really quickly?
Yes, bless that little girl hard, because it's hard to lose, you know, a loved one that's so young right there. and she want to get her mom a headstone for there. And let's talk about Beyonce and JC. Now, if I was Beyonce, I would left him, and he go to the right, everything on the box to the left, in that closet. That's my stuff. At if I buy it, please don't touch.
Period.
And let's talk about Chris Brown. Oh, Lord have mercy, Chris Brown. Like you say, Diva, he needs some help. Like help. That's all, Diva.
Thank you, Tay Tay.
Thank you, Tay Tay. Savannah, you are up. Welcome in the building.
You're welcome.
Hi guys, I am just loving this Sunday tea time. So thank you. And I didn't receive the notification, so I had to make sure that I go back in and subscribe again. But this last story, just the baby's comment of saying that she wanted to make sure that her mommy wasn't left out and that her mommy mattered. And the community coming together and making sure that her mommy, that the little girl knew that her mommy did matter and was included. I think that was just a great way to start a work week, and that we all spread a little bit of love and kindness in our communities, whether it be at work, whether we ride the train tomorrow, or even in Starbucks. Sometimes when I go through the drive-through, I sometimes pay for the cup behind me, paying it forward. I try to do that at least once a month to make sure, because I know when some have done it for me, and it brings a surprise smile to my face. And so I love that last story was a great way to start this work week for many of us. So thank you for that. It was a great story. For Chris Brown, I think Chris is dealing with a lot of demons that he is not strong enough to deal with. And these stem from his younger adult years, and having to deal with a lot of DNA abuse. And I think we haven't begun to hear his story. And it's sad, because I do believe Chris is a very talented young individual, but I think he's also a very tormented individual soul as well. And it saddens me that he is as lost as he is. And as for DC Young Fly and what he's trying to convey to women, I agree. But I think he's just beginning to go through the grieving process, and he's gonna be his message is conflicting, because he didn't really value his partner when she was here, and he supported her doing multiple surgeries, if I can recall correctly, after every child, because she had 3 babies, and she was going back for more and more surgery just to keep his interest, because he was out there. So while my heart breaks for him and for the babies more, and I agree with him that she's gone, and I understand his message, but I think he just needs very intense counseling right now. But I'm loving this Sunday tea time, and I can't wait to join y'all next week.
Thank you, Savannah. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Q, yes, Q, you're up. Q, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay,
the
good.
mute.
Hey,
y'all.
hey.
It's so good to see the 2 of you together.
Q.
And I wanted to just put in a push for you to actually do the dating with Diva thing. I think that would be really great, and it could be a lot. Every now and then when I have the brain cells for it, I will watch some of Kendra. Don't know the name of her channel, but there's a young lady named Kendra on YouTube that does like a thing where you call in. It's like, imagine like if the panel, like instead of you having a set panel, people just came in, said something and left. It's kind of like that. It's typically pretty young people. It's like older Gen Zs and younger millennials typically participate in it. And then they just talk about like who they are, what they're looking for, what they want to change about themselves. They might occasionally share chronicles that they've experienced with dating, but it's very rare that you see an older person. And if there is an older person, they're like 39, 38, and nothing against any of that, but it would just be nice to hear the perspective of someone who is dating older, not just dating someone who is older, but they themselves, because at this point in life, we know what we can and cannot deal with. We know more about ourselves. And I think it would be great. And then people could share, you would be sharing about yourself. So you'd be sharing your wisdom and we could learn from that. But since you have just are really killing it on the panel side of platforms, it would be nice to have older single people talk about dating. I would absolutely tune in for that. So just so you know, like, don't let it just be a fleeting thought. I hope you do it.
I appreciate you, and I think I think I will. I think I will. Thank you, Q. We appreciate you coming through. In my opinion, you're up.
Well, hello, good people. First of all, let's say y'all look amazing up here today. I don't know what y'all been doing, but the guys is smiling down. Both of y'all is glistening up here, okay? Diva been glowing for a whole week. I'm gotta figure out what she doing over here.
Thank you so much. I'm using a new skincare cream.
But hey, you know the saying, black don't crack, okay?
Period.
And listen, we love a good compliment. We eat it up.
Okay. Yum, yum, yum.
Go ahead, in my opinion.
Listen here. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna go for everybody that y'all talked about. Be careful what you do out here, because karma does not have a day, a time, or a limit on when it's gonna attack you back. So be careful what you out here sowing, because you shall reap it. And I love the feel good story. Go ahead, Diva. You always give me them feel good stories that be like, oh, okay, there's some good people in this world, because there's some demons out here too.
Oh my God, yes.
All right, we appreciate you, all of you, for coming through, and we're gonna have Royaire go ahead and close us out.
Yes, well, y'all, we appreciate y'all for coming through today. It is Sunday, another great start to a wonderful week. Thank you guys for coming through. We appreciate y'all so much. Hit the like button on this video if you're not a subscriber to our channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. Go ahead over there and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. Join Diva this week, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every night for trending topics and reviewing shows that are going. And then just check out our channels. We are dropping videos daily on the hottest news that is going on in these streets. We're going to sit up. We're going to sit up before we go. We're going to take that deep breath in, a nice deep breath out. We want to thank you for joining us over here at the Tea Factory. Make sure you sip on the hot pipe and tea this week. Remember, you have new grace every day, new blessings every day, new mercies every morning. Show someone you love them this week. Do something kind. Pay for somebody's tea behind you. Maybe if you got it, pay for somebody's lunch in the line behind you. give a good compliment and let somebody know you love them. Thank you for joining us in the Tea Factory this week, and we will catch y'all next week for episode 3. Love y'all and appreciate y'all. Hit the like button and subscribe. Bye.
Do not cheat the Diva and Royaire. Thank you.
Bye.
Royale's World.